Terence Crawford just unofficially called out Errol Spence on TMZ, but does he really want that fight? We're going to find out right here on Gym Boxing. WBO welterweight champion Terence Bud Crawford is looking to get in the ring with Errol Spence Jr. in unification to establish which of them is the best fighter in the welterweight division. Errol Spence Jr. just recently dispatched Mikey Garcia in the 12-round domination at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. That made many people believe Errol Spence is the very best fighter in the world at 147 pounds. What up, fight fans? Boxing family, this is your boy Get Him Mike. This is Gym Boxing. To all my subscribers, welcome back to Gym Boxing. I knew I've been gone for a while. I had a very painful and serious oral surgery, man. I had to get some different teeth pulled and some, different bone graft stuff taken care of. And, they really did a number on your boy mouth, man. It had me awake during the whole thing, man. So I was in that thing screaming bloody murder, you feel me? So I appreciate y'all, man. I'm still on pain meds right now, feeling real sore. So I'm gonna try and get through this video, man, and we're gonna try and get back working, man. So if you're new to the channel, I really appreciate you guys for coming through. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and also that bell icon so you won't miss another video. Now, Terence Crawford, who is gearing up to fight former world champion Amir Khan on April 20th. This is going to take place at the Madison Square Garden arena in New York City. He basically says that, that's not so when it comes down to Errol Spence being the best at 147. And basically that there's only one way to find out who's the best, and that's to actually step in the ring with Errol Spence. I'm going to get through some of this article. He definitely had an interview on TMZ, so y'all can go check that out. And then I'm going to give my thoughts on this whole situation and whether or not I believe Terence Crawford really wanted to pursue that fight or not. There are many fans right now and observers that view Crawford and Spence as one of the biggest fights in the sport. This is what Terence Crawford had to say on TMZ. He says, "I want the fight. Let me just say that right now." Okay, he says, just to show the world I'm the best at welterweight, at the welterweight division. He says, "I feel confident matching up with anybody. I can box, I can bang, I can switch, I can punch. I'm not slow." So I don't know what he means when he said he's not slow. I don't know if he was referring to Mikey Garcia, but he's out here to make it known that he believes he has all the tools and he believes he's the much better fighter. So both of these guys are looking to be the next big star, since Floyd Mayweather Jr. basically retired and he doesn't look to be returning. So, between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, they're trying to basically establish themselves as the #1 welterweight in the world. Some people say Terence Crawford is a bit too small to handle Errol Spence. And, Crawford, he's basically in this interview, he want to shut up the critics. He want to let everybody know that, that he's not just, going to come in here and lay down when it comes to the Errol Spence fight. And he believes he can win. But it looks like Errol Spence is being lined up for a likely unification in the coming months with WBC world champion Sean Porter. Another one of my favorite fighters, as a lot of y'all already know. I'm a pretty decent Sean Porter fan, man. I like him. I support him. I would definitely like to see him get in there with Errol Spence. That'd be a good fight. I would favor Errol Spence to beat Sean Porter in that fight. But hey, I still want to see it. But other than that, I want to give some of my thoughts on this whole situation. But just a quick matchup of these two. Terence Crawford, he came into professional boxing in 2008. Okay, Terence Crawford is 31 years old as today. He's 34-0 with 25 KOs. That's like a 74% KO ratio. Okay, he's listed at 5'8", and they have him listed at southpaw, but we already know Terence Crawford can fight orthodox or southpaw. It doesn't really matter. So that would be an interesting thing to see, which way he chooses to fight versus Errol Spence. Does he choose to fight southpaw? Does he choose to go orthodox? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. And then on the other hand, Errol Spence Jr. comes in. He comes in professional at 2012 is when he became professional. He's 29 years of age. He's a 25-0 with 21 KOs. That's an 84% knockout ratio, and he's listed at 5'10". So he's probably got about 2 inches over Terence Crawford, and he's also a southpaw. Okay, now my personal opinion with this whole call out, okay, he's calling out Errol Spence or on TMZ. A lot of people, believe Errol Spence is the boogeyman. A lot of people believe Errol Spence basically almost messed up the welterweight division when he came out of nowhere and started knocking guys out and going crazy. Because there was a full welterweight division full of people. And then when Errol Spence came up on the scene, man, everybody vanished. Floyd Mayweather retired, Pacquiao retired, came back, fighting all different types of other fighters. Timothy Bradley disappeared. I mean, there's a lot of fighters, man. Keith Thurman went no show. Sean Porter, he start going in other directions. So a lot of people felt like Errol Spence is the boogeyman of the 147-pound division. And, Terence Crawford recently moved up to 147 after, going undisputed at 140. So, now Terence Crawford is at 147 pounds, and he's won since he's been here. He's fought Jeff Horn, and he's also fought Jose Benavidez. So a lot of people feel like, now that Terence Crawford at this division, this is his division, So it's going to be interesting to see, man. But my personal thoughts on the whole Terence Crawford, calling him out, or Errol Spence ducking. My only question for a lot of people is that we know that Terence Crawford, recently had a contract expiration, and I don't know too much about it, so I'm not going to sit up here and act like I know everything about it. But I know it was in the news that Terence Crawford's contract with Top Rank was up, and we were all trying to figure out what he was going to do next. Was he going to go to Golden Boy? Was he going to go sign with the Zone? Was he going to go over to the PBC? Everyone was wondering what Terence Crawford was going to do, and he ended up signing a multi-fight deal with Top Rank and Bob Arum, and it left a lot of people scratching their head as to why would he re-sign with Bob Arum. And we know that most of the fans want to see Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence, and we know the history when it comes to Top Rank, Bob Arum, and PBC and Al Haymon's fighters. We know the history between these two sides, and we know it's extremely hard to make that fight happen. So why would he re-sign with Bob Arum and Top Rank if he really wanted that Errol Spence fight? If you want that Errol Spence fight, the biggest thing to do is to be a free agent. Chase the fights that you want. Don't go sign with the promoter that everyone knows that PBC fighters don't really want to work with like that. There's exceptions to that situation, but it always seems that Bob Arum is going to try and do what's best for his pockets. He's going to try and make the fight, prolong the fight, use certain fighters' names and stuff like that to blow up other fights that's not really relevant. So there's a lot of things that was leaving me scratching my head when he re-signed with Top Rank, and it leaves me to believe that he didn't really want the Errol Spence fight as bad as he's making it seem. And also, he probably wanted it, because in this article he said he wanted the fight, but did he want it as bad as he wanted the money? You know what I'm saying? That's the question that I have, because we already know Errol Spence was a free agent. We already know that if you want to make fights with him, call Al Haymon and set up the fight. But on Bob Arum's part, that's a very tough thing to do, because Terence Crawford has to do what his promoter basically wants him to do. You know what I'm saying? He's just a fighter. He goes to his promoter for advice on what to do next, and his promoter basically sets him up with the fights that that Bob Arum wants him to do. So with that being said, I'm not completely sold that Terence Crawford always just wanted this fight, but a lot of fighters are stepping up wanting to fight Errol Spence now, because he just had a big pay-per-view fight with Mikey Garcia, and it seems that he's done pretty well for himself in the pay-per-view. He's growing in the market. He's becoming a big fan. He got the whole Texas on his back, and he's fighting at AT&T Arena that fits 100,000 people. So, that's just my thoughts on that, man. I'm not too sold on the fact that he really wanted that fight, because there's a lot of Terence Crawford fans out there that, you know, like to say Errol Spence is dodging him or ducking him, when he's actually stepping in the ring with other welterweight champions trying to unify. You know what I'm saying? I don't see fighters ducking when they're trying to unify and trying to chase champions. You know, just because he just moved up to 147 pounds and he's over there with Bob Arum, why in the world would Errol Spence Jr. want to go fight with Bob Arum, get signed to a top rank contract and all that stuff just to fight Terence Crawford, when you got two other champions with the PBC that you can make fights with and remain a free agent, remain a boss, and do your own thing? You know what I'm saying? And then that way, you know, he'll be unified champion when it's time to fight Bob Arum, when it's time to fight Terence Crawford, and he'll have the ball in his court for the most part. You know, so that's just my thoughts, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. My jaw hurt, and I gotta go take some more medicine, man. I'm feeling like crap, but you know, that's pretty much all I got for this video, man. Y'all drop your thoughts down in the comment section. I try to come back with some more videos, you know, once this pain goes down. But thank you guys for watching the videos. This your boy Get a Mic, and I'll be back with some more videos. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more consistent content like this on the channel, I got a PayPal link in the description. You can donate any amount of money that you feel will help the growth of this channel. I really appreciate it. Much love to all the brothers and sisters out there that support gym boxing.